In this video, we are going to make a project. Well, project to kya hi bolo, it's a tool basically using which you will be easily able to program ESP32 Cam, ESP32 chip, maybe Arduino Pro Mini without pressing any boot button or reset button or rather any single button. Hence we named it as a Universal TTL Auto Programmer project. It's really very useful for all the IoT and electronics engineers out there. Let me show you its couple of use cases. Well, most of you watching this video must have used the ESP32 Cam mode, right? And we all know that programming ESP32 Cam is a little tricky because we have to press the reset button which is attached at the back side of the Cam board, which is not easily accessible, okay? So what you can do, you can use our tool, insert the ESP32 Cam on the programmer, insert the USB cable, just hit the upload button and no need to press the reset button at all. The code will automatically get uploaded inside the ESP32 Cam board. यार ये project मैंने पहले क्यों नहीं बनाया? It is so much useful and convenient as well. Let me show you another use case. So for all the IoT product makers, you must be using the ESP32 chip for your products, right? And to program that ESP32 chip, you must be knowing that we have to press and hold the boot button and you have to press the reset button once to make the ESP32 chip go inside the boot mode, right? No, using our programmer, you don't need to have that boot button and reset button. Just attach the ESP32 chip with our programmer. Again, connect the USB cable, hit the upload button and you can relax on your chair because the code will get automatically uploaded without doing any pressing of the button, because all the reset and the boot button process will be done by our programmer itself. So you can program multiple ESP32 chips by just clicking the upload button without pressing any boot reset button. And not only that, we also took the care of those Arduino boards जिन बेचारों के पास खुद का USB port तक नहीं है. Yes, I'm talking about the Arduino Pro Mini. So you can directly attach the Arduino Pro Mini onto our programmer. Again, connect the USB cable and directly hit the upload button. The code will automatically get uploaded onto the Arduino Pro Mini board, which otherwise need to press the reset button to make that board go inside the boot mode. So no pressing button at all. All will be handled by our autonomous programmer, you can say. So yeah, that's the project that we are going to make, or that's a tool that we are going to make, and I'm sure that tool will be really lifesaver for a lot of IoT and electronics engineers out there. So I'm sure you're pretty much excited to make it, and also you can help us by purchasing this project as well. But yeah, we'll discuss about this later in this video. But yeah, before starting this video, if you are new to this channel, well, consider subscribing our channel as we come up with these and many other projects in the field of electronics, IoT and automation. That being said, let us start our Universal TTL Autonomous Programmer project. Before starting the video, let me tell you one really interesting and useful feature of our sponsor LTM, which is a PCB designer based software company, and that feature is called as Design Review. Using LTM, you can add any member to your project, and after that, they can highlight any fault in the schematic or can report availability of components in the inventory on the PCB to your designer so that they can visualize these components and can work upon it to provide a smooth flow of PCB production even if they both are in any corner of the world. So that's the design review feature, and even you can try out this and many other features of LTM for free by just clicking on the link mentioned in the description, as you'll be getting an access to free trial version using that link. Now let's start with our video. Okay, so coming back to the video, so it all started when we were programming the ESP32 Cam for one of our project and we were facing a lot of issues in it. Well, no doubt we have made our own ESP32 Cam programming shield previously, but that was also not a reliable option, not a convenient option, so we stopped selling that PCB as well as the project from our website. So while searching on internet, we found the video from Bitlooney in which he made an auto programmer for ESP32 Cam, in which he just inserts the ESP32 Cam on the programmer, plugs the USB cable, hits the upload button, and it automatically gets uploaded without pressing any reset button or boot button. He also made a video explaining about how he made that, so we were totally amazed by the technique he used. So we tried to replicate that technique and we thought of making our own programmer using that same technique, and luckily that technique worked flawlessly. We were able to program the ESP32 Cam autonomously. But we also thought, why not to add a couple of more features in this programmer? Like we also face the same problem while programming the ESP32 chip. Like we have to press the reset button and boot button to program it. And not only that, while programming the Arduino boards, we also need to press the reset button to make it go inside the boot mode. So we thought, why not to make a universal TTL programmer for all such development boards and microcontroller chips, so that you all can get the same convenience of uploading the code onto the chipset as you upload it onto the ESP32 board or any other microcontroller board without pressing any button at all. Okay, so before I explain you how we made that, let me explain the procedure of all the different chipsets, like how they go inside the boot mode, what's the process of making them to go inside the boot mode, and then I will let you know how we made this programmer. So now let's first understand how the code actually gets uploaded into the respective microcontroller chip. Let us start with the ESP32 chip first of all. So the architecture of the ESP32 chip is written in such a way that as soon as the board gets reset, if GPIO 0 or the boot button, you can say, if it is connected with the ground, then it will go inside the boot mode. Are you getting my point? So whenever we are powering up the device or we are resetting the device, if it is already connected to the ground, then it will go inside the boot mode. If it is not connected with the ground, whenever we are pressing the reset button, it will execute the ongoing code only. So that's the process to make this board go inside the boot mode. And if the ESP32 chip is not inside the boot mode, however you try to press the upload button on the Arduino IDE, the code won't be accepted by this ESP32 chip. You need to make this board or the chip go inside the boot mode to accept the new code. And that's the procedure. Same goes with the ESP32 Cam as well, as this is also based on the ESP32 chip. The process is same. The GPIO 0 button should be connected to ground after resetting the board, or we can say powering as soon as the board gets powered up. But the trick here in ESP32 Cam is we only have the pin for GPIO 0. We don't have any pin for reset button, or we don't have any EN pin. Rather, the reset button is attached onto the back side of the ESP32 Cam, so it is not easily accessible. But the process is same. Whenever we are trying to upload the code, we need to make this ESP32 Cam board GPIO 0 connected to the ground, and we need to press the reset button once, and then it will also go inside the boot mode, you can say. Okay, so same process, but Arduino has a different process. So process of Arduino is Arduino will only accept the code in case, like whenever we are pressing the upload button, it will try to upload the code for 5 times. Like the Arduino IDE will try to upload the code for the 5 times. And this Atmega 328 chip will only accept the code when we press the reset button. Okay, so somewhat the logic is same, but there is no concept of boot button. Okay, so whenever we are pressing the reset button, the chip will first see if is there in code incoming from the UART port. If is it so, it will accept the code, and in case there is no new code coming up, it will start executing the ongoing of the previous code. Okay, so that's the process all the 3 chipsets uses for, or rather all the 2 chipset uses for accepting the new code. Okay, so here the only manual thing we need to do is we need to press this couple of buttons to make them go inside the boot mode. Now to make this manual button process or task autonomous, we are using a programming chip or programming circuit, you can say, in which this task of pressing the button will be automatically handled by a particular pins that come with the programming circuit. Okay, so let's just go to the next part of the video and let's see which programming circuit we are using and how they are doing this task autonomous, like which pins are responsible for doing the reset task and the boot button task. Let me show you that process now. Now let me show you how the reset button process and the boot button process are done automatically by our programmer IC. Let me show you. So here we are using the CS340J USB to serial chip. Now this is the same chip used by the ESP32 development board as well, but still I really don't know why we need to press the boot button on the development board even if they have the same programmer IC. But in our case, you don't need to do that. Let's move ahead and discuss more about it. So here we have attached the RxTX LED for indication, of course, and here the major task is done by the RTS and DTR pin, which is handling the EN or the reset task and IO0, that means the boot task. So DTR is handling the resetting part and RTS is handling the boot button part. Now DTR and RTS stand for data terminal ready and request to send. You can know more about this 2 pins on Google. You can just search for it. You'll easily get a documentation about this pins. Okay, so yeah, so using the DTR and RTS, we will be successfully able to upload the code onto the ESP32 chip, because yeah, they require only the reset and the boot button part. Now coming on to the ESP32 Cam part, then ESP32 Cam don't have any, what you can say, reset pin, as we have discussed. They only have the boot button or GPIO 0 pin. So how we are doing that autonomous programming in ESP32 Cam? Well, the solution for this we got from the Bitluni's video. So let me share you that same process that we have used. Okay, so here we are using a A0 or AO3400 MOSFET inside this particular ESP32 Cam. Let me just zoom it in a bit. So here what we are doing is we are not connecting the ESP32 Cam ground directly to the ground. Rather, we are using a MOSFET in between, and that is controlled by this pin called as EN. So basically we have created a reset circuit for ESP32 Cam. Okay, so whenever we are giving the signal from here, we can control the ground of the ESP32 Cam. Okay, so what will happen is if we are connecting the ESP32 Cam to ground, disconnecting it again and connecting it again, it will ultimately reset the board. Okay, so we have created a reset logic here. When we disconnect and connect, it will be resetting the board, correct? So yeah, the reset logic is done by this particular pin, and the boot button logic will be handled by this same this RTS pin only. Okay, so yeah, with this we are successfully able to program the ESP32 Cam automatically as well. And going back to the Arduino Pro Mini now, then Arduino Pro Mini don't have the boot button pin. We just need to reset the board, and for that we are just using the DTR pin only for the Arduino Pro Arduino Pro Mini. And most of all the Arduino boards will be getting programmed. Arduino chips or the Atmel chips will be programmed using the same DTR pin. We don't need to have the boot button here. Okay, so with this we can program ESP32 Cam and the Arduino and many other microcontroller chips using this universal, what we can say, TTL programmer that our team has made. Okay, so after learning about how this programmer circuit actually works, now let's start with the making of the programming circuit. So for making this project, you'll require these all components, and you need to connect them all according to this schematic diagram. Now, as this project do have a lot of connections, and as we also wanted to make this project more compact, we designed our own custom PCB, and this time we used all the SMT components for it because, hey, come on, we need to shrink down the size. And after designing the PCB, we gave its order directly to JLC PCB. Now, and you can try ordering your own custom designed PCBs from JLC PCB by following very simple steps. You just need to upload the Gerber file of the PCB project, select the color masking if you want, and just pay for your order. And if you select the fastest delivery option, you will get the PCBs delivered at your doorstep within a week. So do try ordering your own custom designed PCBs from JLC PCB to make your project looks neat and more compact. So along with the PCBs, this time we also order a stencil because having a stencil provides a lot of convenience for shouldering those SMD components. Okay, so yeah, now let us start with shouldering of all the components on this PCB. Okay, so after shouldering all the components, the final PCB project looks like this. Neat and very compact. Okay, so after making this, let's just see how to use this to program different boards and different chips. Let's start with the ESP32 Cam first of all. So for ESP32 Cam, it's very straightforward. You just need to insert the ESP32 Cam on the top of the PCB, connect the USB cable, and in the Arduino IDE, I'll show you the example by uploading the LED blink example code, whose data we can also see in the serial monitor. So I'll select the right board and right COM port, and straight away hit the upload button. And as you can see, without pressing any single button, the code automatically uploaded onto the ESP32 Cam. Man, it was never so simple to program ESP32 Cam before, isn't it? So yeah, on the serial monitor, as you can see, we are also getting the data. So our program was successfully uploaded on the ESP32 Cam without pressing any single button. Superb, right? Let us move on to the ESP32 chip this time. Now, this is for all the IoT product makers. This will be really very useful. So for ESP32 chip, you need to make the connection between the programmer and the ESP32 chip according to this connection diagram. So after connecting the ESP32 chip with the programmer, connect the USB cable, and on the Arduino, I'll upload the same LED blink example code, select the right board and COM port, and directly hit the upload button. Now, earlier we need to press the boot button for uploading time, but using this programmer, you don't need to do that. As you can see, the code gets automatically uploaded onto the ESP32 chip without pressing any reset or the boot button. And on the serial monitor, we are able to see the response as well. So it's successfully uploaded in ESP32 chip as well. Let's just test now with the Arduino Pro mini board, because that's the board that doesn't come with a USB programmer or USB port built in. So programming Arduino Pro mini is also very straightforward. You just need to insert the Pro Mini onto the programmer, because we have mapped the pins of the Pro Mini on the programmer as well. So you can directly insert it, connect the USB cable, and again I'll upload the same LED blink example code by selecting the right board and right COM port. And as you can see, without pressing the reset button, the code automatically uploaded inside the Arduino board as well, and we are able to see the response on the serial monitor. So this programmer is totally a lifesaver. It reduces the stress of pressing the button and reduces the hassle of uploading the program in multiple boards. Okay, this will be really helpful for all the IoT hardware engineers, IoT product makers, and what you can say, hobbies like me as well. There are more features added into this programmer, which is, see, I have provided a dedicated port for ESP32Cam, ESP32 chip, and Arduino Pro Mini. But not only that, I also provided the port for normal TTL. For example, the normal TTL, like USB to TTL converter that are available in the market, the pins that we are getting from those TTL converter, the same pins are given inside the PCB project as well. So you can use it as a normal TTL programmer for programming any of your microcontroller chip. Not only that, I have also spread out the pins of CH340G, so you will be able to access all the pins of CH340G in case you want to test the voltage on that pin, or in case you want to use this chip for any other purpose without desoldering it. You can use those pins from this programmer circuit and use it for any other purpose if you want. One more thing I have added is, I have added extended pins for ESP32Cam. That means whenever you insert the ESP32Cam, you will be able to program it for sure. But along with that, you'll also get the access to all the ESP32Cam pins on the programmer itself. So you can use it as a breadboard, you can say, for attaching sensors and attaching, relays and everything. You can attach it on the female buck strip on the programmer board itself. So ESP32Cam lovers will love this programmer. And I have also, made this project compatible for both 3.3 volt logic and 5 volt logic. So there's a switch in at the top of the programmer, so you can slide the switch for the 5 volt logic and slide the switch again for the 3.3 volt logic. So these are some of the features that you get in this Universal TTL Auto Programmer project that we have made. I hope you like this. And now the good news is that you can also purchase this Universal TTL Programmer with all the components already shouldered on the PCB from our website. Yes, you can just click the link mentioned in the description. It will head on to our website and you can place the order for this particular board. We are shipping in all over India. Okay, for all the people who are watching me outside India, well, you can contact me on WhatsApp or Instagram, whose details are mentioned in the description, and let's just figure out how we can ship to your country, your place. Okay, but for India, you can definitely place the order on the website as well. And by purchasing this, like, it's a win-win situation. You'll get a hassle-free programmer that automatically programs all the board, and our team will be getting the monetary benefits. You will be indirectly supporting techiesms for making more such interesting, useful DIY projects. So yeah, that was all about the Universal TTL Programmer. I hope you like this project. यार ये project तो यार इस पे तो like बनता है. Do click the like button and let the YouTube algorithm know that यार ये वीडियो बहुत ही ज़्यादा awesome है. इससे हमें बहुत ही ज़्यादा help मिली है. You need to tell YouTube algorithm, okay? And how you can tell? You can just click the like button. Comment below this video about how awesome this particular project actually is and how useful it is, okay? So yeah, that was it about this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If it's so, consider subscribing our channel. And yeah, that being said, I'm just ending this video here and now. Just wait for my next video. Till then, explore, learn, share with me, techiesms.